Hey guys, okay, so I would face the camera towards me, but it won't let me turn it around if I do that. So I have scoured the internet for the last couple of days trying to figure out what is wrong with my hands, and I really didn't find like 100%, you know, information on like the little details of what was going on with my hands. It started on May the 20th. On May 20th, I went to a nail shop and I got my nails done. And I had just the regular acrylic nails with, regular nail polish. Well, later on that evening, you know, my nails didn't dry right. I wasn't happy with them. I took that polish off. I have my own personal gel polish. And I decided to, repaint my nails. No problem, cured it. Nothing was wrong with it. I've done it 1,000 times. So within not even the first couple of hours that I'd had my nails done, even before I polished them myself, I started having these blisters coming up around the cuticles. And I'm not going to show you what they look like right now. I'm going to show you in just a few minutes when I explain what happened. So I had these little red bumps that started like these little flesh colored blisters around my cuticles, the sides of my fingers, the tips of my fingers, and they were extremely itchy. So after that, I just thought that it was like a seasonal thing. I kept looking up stuff. I was coming up with something called atopic dermatitis. That was the closest thing that I was finding that was related to what I had on my hands. I was trying everything. I was trying hydrcortizone cream. I was trying peroxide. I was trying apple cider vinegar. I was doing coconut oil. I was wearing gloves. I was doing the whole 9 yards. So today is May 31st. It's been 11 days. Well, yesterday, May the 30th, probably about 4:30 in the morning, I woke up because I was itching so bad that I couldn't even sleep. And that's been, I mean, it's just it had gotten progressively worse since I had gotten my nails done. I mean, like, the tips of my fingers were absolutely on fire. It was like I just had this horrendous itch that I couldn't scratch. It wouldn't go away. I still had to work. I was having to wear gloves. I mean, it was just freaking terrible. So I kept looking around. I kept, doing my research. And I found out that you could actually be allergic to acrylic nails. And it's a chemical in the nails that, you could be allergic to. So, like, I'm just going to tell the truth. I didn't even have enough acetone to soak them off. I just took my teeth and ripped them off because I was so fed up at that point. I felt like I had not slept a good night's sleep in almost 2 weeks. I was fed up and I couldn't take it anymore. I was so miserable, and the itching stopped within 30 minutes of me taking the nails off. And I do still have a little bit of the remnants of the polish on my fingers just because they're so raw that I can't even put nail polish remover on them. And I can't bear to do it because some of my fingertips are open. And I'm going to show you what they look like. The one thing that I do need to mention is there are these little red dots that came up on my fingers. And when my skin peeled off or started cracking and peeling, those little red dots were actually holes in my fingers, like little tiny, like almost pinprick little holes. And that was the one thing that I noticed. I did find another video where a woman had shared a similar experience, and I saw them on her fingers, and she didn't really mention them to the point that maybe she didn't notice that they were like little holes. So I'm going to show you my left hand first. My left hand's pretty bad. Hopefully it'll focus right to where you can see it. Sorry, I'm not going to get the ashtray. I think I'm going to have to go to another light. Like, the tips of my fingers are yellow. Alright, hold on just a second. Let me go to a better light. This is what it looks like when you have an allergic reaction to acrylic nail polish. And it has been about 36 hours since I took them off. And it started on the sides of my fingers. If you can see the blisters, they were absolutely everywhere. And some of my nail beds on my ring finger right here even got pushed back to where I lost even some of my own nail. Alright, so here is my right hand. If you can see right here where this just peeled, like I was able to just basically peel this off. It is painful, and my fingers are raw, and they are hideous, and I'm embarrassed. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not just going around broadcasting this to people, but this is just something that happens, and it really sucks. And I'm trying to put out some information out there that I was not able to find myself. So this is what it looks like. It is probably one of the worst itches that you've ever had in your life. And last night when I went to sleep, I was actually able to sleep my whole night. I was able to get a good night's sleep. I didn't have to wake up in the middle of the night. And I was finally able to get some rest. But you'll see blisters right here. If you do have this, and this is what's going on with you, you'll have blisters right here. You'll have them on the sides of your fingers. The tips of your fingers will be inflamed and blister-like and puffy. Like, the tips of my fingers are numb. I can't even feel that. Like, that's numb. They will be yellowed. You will get... Some people have broke out in fever and other things. I personally didn't. You'll even feel it all the way up to here. You could get it all the way up your hands. It is miserable. So, I just kind of wanted to put it out there, and let other people know. Just because I found some videos, but I didn't find, all the information that I was looking for. So, I did want to mention the little red dots. Yeah, all this right here is dried. Those aren't blisters coming up. That's just dried skin where it's drying and cracking. All this is dried right here. Like, I can't even feel that. I know my finger is moving, but I can't feel that on the tip of my finger. My fingers are swollen. They are very painful. And they hurt. So, yeah. I'm apparently allergic to acrylic or gel or whatever is in it. So needless to say, I'm never getting my nails done again, ever, because I'm absolutely miserable with this, and it's going to take me probably a month or two to get this fixed, for my body to actually heal this. So please be aware of what is going on your body. That way no one else has to go through this, because this is miserable. And there's really not enough people talking about this, because if you look at videos on YouTube, there's not enough people talking about this. What I'm doing right now is on the worst fingers, which would be this one right here, my pointer finger. This thumb isn't too bad. This thumb right here, I'm putting band-aids on it, and I'm using the Neosporin cream, which I can show you. I'm using this. I'm using the cream. I'm not using the ointment. The cream is more soothing, and it reacts better than the ointment. So if you're going to do it, please get the cream. If you don't have any Neosporin, or if you don't have the money to go get it, you can also use coconut oil. Coconut oil is great with healing your body. You can look up all sorts of information about it. I'm just using regular band-aids. Let's see. That's really it. I just really hope that other people will be aware of all this, and I hope nobody else has to go through it. But if you are watching this video and you have had to go through this, or are currently going through it, please know that you have my utmost sympathy. I am so sorry you're going through this. It is absolutely miserable. But believe me, if you are watching this and you still have the acrylic nails on your hand, take them off. If you want to go professionally get them taken off, that's totally up to you. Personally, I was at the point that I just ripped mine off myself, and I literally mean ripped, because believe me, after days and days of no sleep, and you're itching, and you get woke up because you're itching, you are to the point where you just don't care. Like, I did not care if it took my entire nail off. I did not care. I had to get them off. But I won't say it was immediate, but within the first half hour, I was no longer itching. And I have not itched since like I did. Like, I mean, it was just under my fingertips that it was like an itch you couldn't scratch. So, just know that you're not alone. Know that you're not crazy. Know that there are other people out there that are going through it. And please be aware of what is going on your body. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.